Yo, how's everyone doing? Good to see you all. Who have we got in the comments? Whew, number 2. This is the second one this year, and it's great to have another guest with us tonight as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. He's just texted me to say he's on his way. He should be in like the green room or backstage or whatever the hell you want to call it, but he's not. He's quite the diva. Okay, so Imi, well done first in the comments. Hope you're doing well. I hear you've hurt yourself. Oh, that's a shame. I don't know how have you managed to stub your toe, or you dropped something on it? What's going on? Michael, second. Now then, good to see you, mate. Michael and Imi just having a conversation. Craig, how you doing, man? Great to see you as well. Hope you had a good New Year and that. Has anyone got any New Year's resolutions? What? Get them in the comments. Has anyone got any interesting ones, or are you just sort of happy to sort of be in a new year and not add any further challenges to an already challenging time? Amy, lovely to see you as always. Tom, championing Tom Lumley. Let's go. So if you're new here, Tom, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you don't want to, then that's also okay. Who else we got in? My mum's here, as always. That's sick. How you doing, Mum? James, nice to see you, mate. Tom is now in the green room, so we can start the show soon. I'm going to play a song to open up, I think, and then we'll get him on. Vicky, how you doing? Subscribed. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that, mate. I tried to set myself a challenge last year to get to 1,000, and God, it is hard. Like, literally, I think I had probably about 30 subscribers or something like that, and it took me all year to get it to like 400, something like that. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. I'm going to do it this year. 1,000 this year. Anyway, get your New Year's resolutions in the comments. If you got any good ones, then let us know. I'm going to play an old City of Light song that was never really released. And I was talking to Alex last night, and I asked him to send me a couple of like the songs, like the demos that we did, or rather the EP that we did that we never released. And there's some bangers. So I think as I said, I think I said this last year, but I'm going to make a real effort to get the City of Lights back catalogue stuff online and out. And I'm so scared of what I become. Sometimes I don't know who I am. Yeah, I know I'm about to lead up, but I'll call him in the morning when I wake up. What's the rush? And I'll lie and tell you I'm fine, when really I'd be dying inside. And I know way to crawl back to bed, just to hide away. I close my eyes and forget. What's the rush? So get a hold of yourself, 'cause it ain't worth it anymore. No, I know, I know, 'cause I can't do this on my own. And I'm so tired of feeling feeling this way, but I've only got myself to blame. I lie awake, it's all in my head. I could rest instead, my mind would race in circles. What's the rush? To get a hold of yourself, 'cause it ain't worth it anymore. No, I know, I know, 'cause I can't do this on my own. So get a hold of myself, it ain't worth it anymore. No, I know, I know, 'cause I can't do this on my own. Thanks a lot. Sweet. Right, that's done and dusted. Now I know Tom is in the house. I can see him. I'm going to just jump right into the show, bring him on. If you are new here, say hello, everyone, and let's go. Are you ready to go, Tom? Yeah, he is. Yo, how's it going, dude?
Good, man. How are you?
Really good, man. Thank you
lovely.
so much for joining us again on this show, and you know, taking the time out to come hang out and catch up again. It's been a while, actually.
Thanks for having me. It's weird because it kind of, it's been a while, but it also doesn't feel like a while.
No, it's weird.
Time stopped over the last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And how have you been? What have you been up to? Did you have a good Christmas and New Year? At what point do you stop asking that as well? Like, you know, I think...
I was writing a message to someone today, and I started putting Happy New Year, and I thought, nah, we're surely
past that
we've
point
got to
now.
be like past that now. I was like,
you're like coming up, you're like in December, like this year, and you're going Happy New Year for the last time.
Yeah, when
anyway,
we see people for the first time, will we redo it? Will that be like the first time you see them?
Yeah. So, did you have a good Christmas nonetheless, and a good New Year and stuff?
It was as good as it could be. We're quite lucky. Where I live, we were still in a position where Christmas Day we were allowed to meet with our family. So,
okay.
Because obviously for a lot of the country it changed just a few days before you had to stay in your own household. So I was lucky I got to see my mum and dad on Christmas Day, which was nice.
Good. Oh, well, that's cool.
So yeah, and then other than that, just ate way too much and drank way too much. What about yourself?
Same, mate. Like, obviously, with the restrictions, we still adhered to the rules and stuff, and we got to see my parents and Amy's parents as well. So yeah, we basically just stripped it back to that, and it was nice. It was good.
Yeah.
Same, just ate a lot of food. It's good. That's probably the best bit about Christmas, really, isn't it? Just
that's what it's for.
Indulging.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how's music going? Are you still creative? You've been creative during all of this, like in and out of lockdown kind of thing. It must be hard to sort of like maintain a bit of structure. Are you managing?
Yeah, I think like most bands, we're probably writing more now than we ever have, which is cool. I've definitely learned a lot, which I think we've discussed in previous ones, that like me having things that I can plug mics into and stuff into a computer. Didn't do that before all this.
No.
So, just let Jake do all that in the band. So no, yeah, we've definitely been productive in a different way. Anyone who knows us will know that we obsessed with touring and being on the road and playing shows. So not being able to do that, needed to find another way to channel the energy and what we like to do, and try and keep the momentum going, which obviously has been hard for a lot of acts at the moment. So
yeah, but you still managed. You did manage to squeeze in a social distanced show in December, didn't you? What was that all about? How did that go?
So we did a little run of like 3 or 4 in August when people were allowed at occasion for a little while, and they were all pretty good. They were all like outdoors, people stuck to their tables like you were allowed to do in pub gardens, basically. And we went to a few fans, like we did garden shows at fans' houses as well, which was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
we
that's
did a
sick.
few things like that, which was really fun. I think a few of the people who were at some of those shows are actually in the comments already, which is nice to see.
Nice.
And then, yeah, the one in December, it was just a venue in a little town near us called Downham Market, and 3 bands, socially distanced, people sat at tables, which is weird when
Yeah.
we're like fully going for it, rocking out. Like the shows in the summer, we did kind of strip back, so we were sat down as well, and it felt a bit more normal. Us sat down and them sat down, but yeah, the one in December, we were full band going for it, and it was like people were sat down at the tables and not allowed to sing along, and there's just us like going.
Oh yeah, that's a thing as well. You couldn't sing, like you
No.
couldn't encourage, and as a front man, like it's your job to encourage people to just go, like, let loose and just enjoy themselves.
Literally, we did one in September in Scarborough with a band called The Fiends, and I remember being like, the start of the song, I was like, yeah, there's this bit in this song you can catch on, sing along to it, and Jake and Billy both turned around to me and were like, what you going on about? What you going on about? And I was like, huh? I was like, shut up, just carried on. Got to the part of the song and I was like, this is the bit, blah, blah, blah. And then it wasn't until halfway through the song I realised they can't sing. Sing. I was like, oh my God. So yeah,
Oh man,
that was definitely weird.
that is strange, but if we have to adjust like that, I think it's a small price to pay to be able to play live again, like properly, and to be able to play shows in front of an audience.
Yeah, it will be good.
In the grand scheme of it, anyways.
Yes.
No, but so like, I suppose that's something you're gonna develop over time and encourage, like, improve on those kind of skills, because as a front man, you know how much energy you need to put across and all that kind of thing. No doubt, the more socially distanced shows and like smaller stripped back shows, you'll come up with new ways of getting the crowd involved. I think generally the audience kind of just are totally up for embracing it as well, because they want the live shows as much as we want to play them, kind of thing.
100%. I mean, these were sort of the shows we did. It was like people came out, and as you'll probably know from touring for years, with gigs, people will come out. You'll get a few people there for the first few acts, and then a lot of people turn up for the headline act that they've paid to see. And these shows were like, whether we were headlining or not headlining, from start to finish, they were all packed with people that just wanted to see live music. They wanted to be out. They wanted to be doing something. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see when it all comes back properly, how mad the live scene's going to be in the gigs. And
do you think it will explode? Do you think it's just going to go crazy, or do you think there's going to be a slow lull? Like, what are your opinions on it? Do you think people are going to be erring on the side of caution? Like,
yeah,
what?
I think there'll be, especially for the smaller venues, there'll be enough people wanting to get straight back in them and seeing gigs. If they've had a vaccine or whatever and they feel comfortable, I think a lot of people will. My only worry is if it goes crazy for a while and stuff like that because people haven't had it. I think as an industry we need to work out that way of keeping it that crazy, that people are still going to gigs. We don't want it to slip back to 20 people turning up for the support acts and then 200 fill the room for the
absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think it could be a good chance to get people to realise that seeing the support act is always a good thing. You don't know what you might miss.
Yeah, that support act could soon become your favourite headline act if you give it a chance.
All the big acts have been that support act before.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting that, because like I was talking to a friend the other day about like he's a little bit more skeptical about it, and a bit more like he doesn't think that they're going to be able to roll out like enough of a capacity of a venue to be able to survive. But I kind of reminded him and said, like, the venues right now that can't physically open, that's detrimental to their business. But they don't need to run at full capacity to be able to stay open. Like, even half capacity, they don't open a venue and go, right, I need to sell, say for instance, it's a 200 capacity venue. They don't have to be at full capacity all week to survive. So, like, even if they can half the capacity or quarter it or whatever, obviously in the interest of safety.
Yeah. If you take, like, I think we spoke about this before, the first time I met you was at the Portland Arms in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And if you take, like, that venue, 200 capacity, and I would go there weekly before all of this, but a venue, then saying that they need to be at capacity, or some venues are, but they don't, because when they were open before, they weren't selling out every gig. You know what I
exactly.
mean? They
Yeah.
weren't Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sold out. Majority
Yeah.
of the gigs I went to there were only half full, or even sometimes 20 people. Do you know? It's,
Yeah.
So
But they need to be given that chance, you know, to be able to do something. And obviously at this moment right now, it's not feasible. So I think even because if they can open up half capacity to be able to sell out all the half capacity shows, that's essentially going to be a really good like starting point. And then as it grows and grows and grows, they're still going to be able to create demand and that kind of thing. I think it's going to be, you know, quite interesting to see bigger acts playing smaller venues and more stripped back shows and that kind of thing. I think there's going to be a chance to see some really cool like shows put together. It's going to be good.
Definitely. I'm probably very optimistic, but I've got a feeling like hopefully we'll be able to have that before the summer again. And then hopefully by the end of summer we'll be getting nearer to normal gigs.
I don't really know where I stand with it, to be honest.
It is a weird one. I just think like it's hard to believe anything at the moment, but they seem to have a plan and think that we will have the majority of the people in the UK vaccinated by autumn. And I kind of think like if people are vaccinated by then surely we can get. Well, for me, it should be in my mind in a way. As long as we realise that the numbers still aren't dangerous for the younger people and the non-vulnerable ones. I think once we've got the vaccine in everyone that's vulnerable and the older people, we need to try and look at, like you say, the social distance gigs. We need to try and get more things up and running again because the country's in obviously a right state. So.
It's so strange. I was saying as well today that I can't believe we're a year into talking about this sort of stuff, and it's and I think the clarity is still as vague as it was a year ago. Yeah. So anyway, nonetheless, I think there's definitely some really exciting times on the horizon. You know, for all industries, not just the music industry. There's loads of opportunities for some pretty cool things to happen in the near future, I think. But yeah, I reckon. So I've added a couple of little segments to the show. Like I've added 2 little sections. I will start adding more. So if anyone in the comments have got any ideas what they'd like to see, either drop me a message on Facebook or just put it in a comment now on here. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing. So we'll probably do them like really soon, or at least one of them soon. But I was thinking, why don't we jump right into a song for now? Have you got kind of a set list arranged? You were kind of talking about some stuff before.
Yeah, I've decided on 2 that I'm kind of going to do, which I've probably done before. And then what we spoke about, I think we're going to just go for it.
I encourage it, mate. Definitely. Right.
I'll so wrong.
I have every faith. But nonetheless, let's just get your first song out of the way and like get you warmed up, ready for that special moment, I think. Maybe I'm hyping it up a little too much.
When you hear it, you're going to think it's terrible, mate.
No, I very much doubt it. Right, I'll hand you over to the guys and
Perfect.
I'll see you in a second.
So this first one I'm going to do is a track from the band's debut EP, and it goes by the name of Shrink. I need to get some rest. It's all in my head. I need to get some sleep and just learn to breathe. Oh, that's what she said. I need to take some time and take the weight off my mind, because I'm losing touch. This is all too much. Oh, this is my life in decline. She's trying to help with my mind. She's trying to fix what she finds, but I don't think it's helping at all. No, I don't think it's helping. I take it. They say I'm never shaking. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I take it. They say I'm never shaking. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand, but I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all. How did I get so lost? It's like my mind's high in knots. Oh, while my life comes undone, my head's on the run. I'm running with these thoughts I've got. How do I stop these clocks rolling on while I just get blocked from the life that I want, the things I've not got? I'm feeling like the laughing stock.
trying to help with my mind. She's trying to fix what she finds, but I don't think it's helping at all. No, I don't think it's helping. I take it. They say I'm never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I take it. They say I'm never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand. But I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all. I take it. They say I'm never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I take it. They say I'm never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand. But I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy.
Cheers, man.
I need to get some sort of like canned laughter. Imagine I got canned laughter after you
Like,
played. I meant
cheer.
applause. Oh man,
Brilliant.
yeah. But yeah, that was sick, mate.
Thank
What's
you.
it like playing it stripped back like that? Do you enjoy
It's
playing it like
weird.
that?
It's weird. Yeah, it kind of feels good. It is weird though, like, because these songs before I used to write a lot of songs just completely on my own, and
Yeah.
when I write, things tend to come out a bit slower, so they have like a more acoustic, like can strip back to it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
But with these songs recently, since Jake's been in the band and me and him have been writing together, we kind of do them in the form that they are. So it definitely feels.
So was
good,
this originally written? What era was this one then? Is this more
This
like
is-
when it was just
yeah.
you or you two?
No, this is both. Definitely both together. That track
Sick.
was actually more Jake than me.
All right,
And yeah, so it kind of came to me from Jake with like,
nice.
the electric guitar already there and everything like
Yeah.
that. And so I only knew it as that. So when all
Nice.
this madness happened and having to strip it back, it was strange.
It works though. It's still got the energy. It's still got like it's still got the rocky feel, but it still carries really really well as well. So it works, man. I think
Thank you.
it's sick.
Thank you.
So that's when you changed up your writing, anyways. So you've changed it to. How are you doing it now? Are you doing a lot of it remotely still? What's the?
Yeah, it's kind of like just sending ideas back and forth to each other. Well, as you can imagine, literally just sending projects over emails to each other and working on it. Jake we'll get something to somewhere and then he'll put it on a SoundCloud and then we can listen to it there and just. He's got a studio. He's a producer himself, so
Sick.
having that and those resources is pretty lucky.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although at the moment studios are still allowed to operate, so
Yeah.
you are still allowed to have people in to record stuff that you can't do at home. So if it comes to recording any of the new tracks, at the moment we can luckily still do that.
Nice. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
have to
studios
be-
were out of action. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but at the moment, I think we kind of land in the same sort of space as like tattoo studios and like hairdressers and that sort of thing, and they're all shut at the moment. So do you know what I mean? Like that confined space.
like the music union and everything posted a thing saying that studios are still allowed. The government did as well.
Oh,
Recording studios and rehearsal spaces are still allowed to be used.
well,
if you
that's
can't-
news to me and
you
also
can't do
very
it at home.
exciting.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But there has been a few things. There was a guy from has a studio in Stoke, and I saw him put on Facebook. Like his neighbours obviously called like the police and everything. Were like, yeah, our neighbour's got a recording studio and they're recording everything like that. So the police turned up and he like said, here's the rules and everything like that. And they were like, yeah, you're allowed to do it.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah,
as
'cause,
long as
like-
you're wearing masks.
Very muffled vocal takes, but it'll still
Obviously,
work.
You can take it off for that, but
Kidding, mate. Kidding. No, it's good to know. I've just been plodding on remotely. I've actually got quite used to it. I think it works quite well.
yeah,
I think a lot of people have learned that we're probably, we can be way more efficient with our time than we ever thought. You know, like you spend a lot of money and a lot of time traveling around and doing things that you can quite easily do over a Skype call or a Zoom call or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how like we kind of merge the two together. You know, when we've got complete normality again. How much of the stuff that we've kind of made, made do with, how much of that do you think we'll keep?
Yeah.
In this sort of new way of, I don't know. It'd be interesting.
It will be strange. Like, I've had some conversations with people that have worked in offices and stuff like that, and they've said to me like their bosses are considering closing down the offices and everyone's just going to work from home because
it's a huge overhead, isn't it?
Yeah, it cuts so much out, and they've still been able to do their work. So
yeah,
who knows? It could change the world a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, interesting. Who knows? We'll see. Right, I'm going to jump into a new round that I've come up with.
Okay.
I have a. If you bear with me. Okay, so this is called Top Song, and this is basically your top song on Spotify, and we kind of discussed that. So I'm going to roll an intro. I'll be back with you in a second. So your top song is called Better Than This, and it's had 75,000 spins, or over 75,000 spins, which is insane. So I just kind of wanted you to talk about it, give a bit of a background of the song, maybe how you recorded it, or even like how from the day you released it to now, like what have you noticed? Have you seen like an influx of spins? Like was it a slow burner? Do you know, like just give us a bit of a background of this song as it is your top song on Spotify.
It's a good one because it kind of goes with a lot of the points that we've been talking about. As Better Than This was done in the first lockdown. So a lot of the writing process of it and stuff was done remotely between myself and Jake. And then when everyone was allowed out and there was a bit of freedom, we recorded it and we released it in November.
It's very young. It's
very young. It's a couple of months, I think, now. I think
crazy.
we might actually be near enough. Like today might even be the 2-month date. We're close to its birthday.
Nice.
2-month birthday. So it's a track that I think there's a music video on YouTube for it, and if anyone hasn't seen that and you listen to the track and like it, check the music video out. There's a kind of a message at the end that we've put on there, which we think is quite important. The track's definitely to do with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment. Everything that we've seen over these lockdowns, all the problems with governments, all the problems with BLM protests, all this. Yeah. It's all about that. Not just one specific one, but kind of, as the title says, like we can do better than this, surely. Like, look at the state of the world and how people act at the moment. It's just insane. So,
yeah, man, absolutely. So that it's I do really like the fact that it's as it's been pointed out, it's your most recent release and it's the highest listeners. So there's obviously you've obviously done something right, which is really cool to see. You know, like when you see a newer song overtake all of the ones that you've been.
I think it was like 2 weeks as well, and it overtook our other highest track. Like not even that. I think it was just. Spotify's one of those things, as you know, it all works with algorithms and playlists, and I think it just took very well to a lot of playlists. It got us an editorial Spotify playlist and got onto Discover Weekly, which is like a big algorithmic thing with Spotify for the first time. So I think, just with all that, Spotify obviously pushed it a bit more, and that's why it's at where it is, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's funny, when I think me and you kind of were talking about it.
Yeah, we were.
It was... I think it was just before Christmas, and go ahead.
I think we released. Did they come out on the same day? What track
was it the 30th? Did I release Snow Day, the last song I released? I think it did actually. I think it might have been 30th of November or something. I don't know. I can't actually remember when I released my songs. Oh, 27th.
Yeah, around then. It was the end of November.
It was one day last year sometime we released songs.
We had a conversation. Yes.
But we were kind of talking about the you got to feed the machine. You know, like when it comes to Spotify, if you don't offer it regular content, like if anyone's listening that's planning on putting out music and stuff, or even putting out music and thinking, why aren't I getting playlisted? It's literally just, you've got to feed the machine, haven't you? You've got to consistently post on there, and traffic as many people there as you can on your own, and then they'll go, okay, well, thank you for sending over X amount of people. Here's potentially a playlist that maybe a couple of hundred other people will listen to, and kind of snowballs from there. But it still doesn't take away from the hard work of you guys piecing together a song during lockdown, recording the whole thing, and you know, like, you've jumped through hoops to get it to where it needs to be, and then when you've put it online, it's been received so well, which is awesome. And definitely well deserved.
Definitely.
So
thank you, man.
Good work.
There's some funny comments actually just come up on the side
about,
the music video, and we nearly got arrested.
Did you? Go on, elaborate.
So we did it in like there's an old RAF base not that far away, that has just been deserted for like 20 something years now.
Yeah.
And it was literally like the weekend before they were knocking it all down. So we kind of broke into there. Not really, we just walked in because it's all open. And started filming a music video, and the neighbours rang the police. And 4 policemen turned up thinking, well, they'd been told that there was a rave going on.
A rave?
But no, there was 6 people, which is what you're allowed outside, socially distanced. So we were fine. 2 of the policemen knew who we were, so that was really cool and helped.
That's sick. Did you document any of that?
We tried so hard to get them in the video.
Oh, God.
And there was 2 of them that wanted to do it so bad, and then their boss turned up, and he was like, I would love to say yeah, but you can't do it. We put a photo there. We got a photo with them, and we put that on
piece of
Facebook.
content there, isn't it?
But the funny thing was then the police, that they're obviously like headquarters, whatever, their Facebook page, they put up a post about, we closed down an illegal music event today, blah blah blah, and made out like they came and shut us down.
What, to you guys? About you?
Yeah, but it wasn't obviously those police, because I've spoke to one of them. It was like their social media like person, and they weren't very happy about it. Then there was like this whole war between like fans of us and like these busybodies from where the RAF base is. On this post, there's like 300 comments on there of people telling each other to F off and things like that. It's absolutely amazing.
Your music's supposed to bring everyone together, and like instead you just created a war, man.
It was absolute carnage. So it's quite funny because what they said in their Facebook happened didn't. Like the policeman turned up. He was like, "You are not meant to be on here." He said,
"Did you wrap it up, or did you finish up? Were you finished?"
We'd been there for 5 hours at this point, making noise with a drum kit. All right.
Yeah, but I can imagine what's happened is they've rang the police, and they've got better things to be doing, and a potential illegal rave with 6 people there. They've got other stuff to be on with. They're going to be like, well, we'll sort that out later, and then eventually they'll get to you. 5 hours. So
they got the policeman that he was just like, he just looked at us. He was like, "How close are you to finishing?" Like the main guy, once he turned up, and we were like, "We've got like 15 minutes left." He just looked at us and said, "If I give you an hour, will you be able to be packed up and out of here?" And winked, and we were like, "Yeah." And then they just stayed and watched us finish.
Nice. That is amazing. Great story, and also what that's a way to deal with a situation. I feel. Yeah. Like they could have quite easily made it really difficult for you, told you to get rid of your footage, done all that sort of stuff, but they just, that's a really cool way of dealing with it. Awesome.
I remember doing an interview the following week with BBC Introducing in Cambridgeshire, and the first thing that Ellen brought up, the lady that does it, she was just like, she just texted me, and she was just like, "What has happened?" And I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "This is going to come up in the interview." Then the first thing, she was just like, "What happened?" And I was like, "No, it's fine." I thought we were going to get in like so much trouble. I was like, this is going to ruin our reputation. BBC are never going to play us again.
Nah, man. If anything, it'll pave the way.
Yeah,
that's sick. Very cool. So, should we jump into another song? What are you planning on playing for your second one?
We'll go for it.
Are you going to go for it now?
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Sick. I'll let you introduce it, because I have no idea what it is or what it's called.
I don't, mate.
Right. Well, this is a world exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. Even to your bandmates.
if any of the band members are watching this, they might kill me after this, because this is like one that I haven't done with Jake, so it is, like I was saying, like kind of a bit slower. I've wrote it today, so a lot of the lyrics probably need changing, and I'm probably going to get slated for this.
You're going to nail it, mate.
It'll be fine.
Absolutely
So,
nail it.
For anyone who hasn't grasped yet, I'm going to play a song which I wrote today. It's got no name, and it's not quite finished, but it'll be good to get some ears on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Take it away, mate.
Maybe every day doesn't have to be the same. Well, I should rearrange. And after everything, well, my mind's telling me to change. Wish I could run away. And lately I've been wasting time, and lately I've been losing sight, and lately I've been realizing everything I've signed. And lately I've been wasting time, and lately I've been losing sight, and lately I've been realizing everything I've signed. I'm struggling to breathe, I'm falling to my knees, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in. I'm drowning in this sea of times I wish were me, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in. Imagine taking time to shame the ones who try for making a mistake. Imagine chasing lines to cover up the pain and numb the cries again. And lately I've been wasting time, and lately I've been losing sight, and lately I've been realizing everything I've signed. And lately I've been wasting time, and lately I've been losing sight, and lately I've been realizing everything I've signed. I'm struggling to breathe, I've fallen to my knees, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in. I'm drowning in this sea of times I wish were me, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in. I'm struggling to breathe, I've fallen to my knees, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in. I'm drowning in this sea of times I wish were me, 'cause I can't seem to understand this world we're living in.
There we go.
Yes, mate.
Mate, that was like the shakiest I've been in ages.
Oh, I'm so happy you did that. That sounded so good. Honestly.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
mate. I love it. I love the feel of it.
Okay.
Great lyrical content. I don't think you'll be changing much, if anything, to be honest. It sounds sick, mate. Well done. And fair play to you for playing it after writing a song. I don't know how many hours ago, but well done, mate. Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you, mate.
The Isolation song has been recommended.
Yeah, we'll think about that one. It could work. It could work.
But yeah, great work, man.
Thank you.
So you've been you're gonna have to forgive me, mate. I should have probably done a little bit more research on this. But previously, I don't know how early on in the year, last year it was, but I did a couple of voting things, to try push along for festivals. Is this the thing that you've
No.
this is an announcement, or is this something else? What's the situation?
I remember what you're talking about. So there was a festival earlier on in the year, which we played the year before, and it was like it's one sort of stage in a place called Kings Lynn, and you basically know that you're playing to about 15,000 people, so it's pretty cool. But when you play it, you can't play it the following year. So this year, with all the lockdown and stuff, that festival did like a Battle of the Bands knockout vote thing to basically get someone to play it. And
Yeah.
that was our only way in to play the festival again, which would be this year. This year now. So we won that one. So that was a different one to what we're about to talk about.
Yeah. I'd
That
love to.
was really cool. So thanks to everyone that voted on that one.
That's sick. So this other one that you've got going on, you've got a new thing. You just need to elaborate because
Okay, I will get there.
Yeah.
It's it's a festival in Madrid. It's called Mad Cool Festival. We were actually in this same competition 2 years ago, and 2 years ago it worked that the top 2 bands. So basically, out of thousands, they picked 50, and then the top 2 bands that got the most votes got selected. And we had like over 2,000 votes, and we fell short by like 50, and it was like gutting. So we're back in it again. Luckily, we've been picked in the top 50 again. And how they're doing it this year is the top 25 now in the vote. They go through like a judges panel, and then they pick a band to go and play the festival, which will be in July in Madrid. So I don't know if it will happen, but if it doesn't, the slot would roll over to next year, and it's like a big festival. It's got like
I'm just looking at the lineup. The lineup is
Chili
insane. I'm
Peppers.
going to put it up on screen.
It's mad, like absolutely mad.
What? There's like the Killers, Deftones,
Even if you look in the small names,
Kings of
like
Leon, Faith No More, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Frank Carter,
Royal Blood. This is
Foles.
insane.
It's like huge, and it was the year, like a couple of years ago when we nearly won the slot. It was the same then. Like the lineup was just mad, and it was like such a big opportunity. And obviously, you go into Madrid.
Wow.
They pay for you to fly out there, and they sort your food and stuff. It's a really cool opportunity.
Food?
Yeah, they cater for you.
Oh my God.
Imagine that someone catering
rider?
for you.
That is
So-
insane. Man, fingers crossed. So what do
Yeah.
people need to do if to support you? If they want to support you in any way, what's the best way of them doing that?
So there's a link, which I think we're going to post in the comments at some point, aren't we?
Yes, if I find it again.
Matt's on the case.
I'm on the
Basically,
case.
all you've got to do is go on there, click vote. You put your name in, your email address. You don't need to follow their social media pages. They've obviously just put them there tactically to get more Facebook likes and stuff on their pages. But you can vote without liking their pages. So you put that in, you press enter, they send you an email, you literally click a button to verify the vote, and that is it.
Sick.
I think we're like second at the moment. We've got just over 400 votes or something like that.
So I'm not
And-
entirely sure that link is clickable. But if it isn't, then I will also put the link on my personal Facebook.
Thanks, man. You're such a
um,
legend.
No, thank you for joining me and doing this and telling such cool stories, man. Like, this is what it's all about. I feel like this is like the most important part is like, how can everyone come together and like, you know,
Yeah.
help the music industry survive. And if
Yeah,
this is one small way of doing it, then, you know, it's
I'll be
good.
totally honest though. Like, I've done a lot of streams over the lockdown, and a lot of them you kind of get to a point where you know you're just going to go on yourself and just play and stuff. And they get not that it's boring, because obviously it's always great to play, but you feel like you're bugging people like, oh, I'm doing another stream and it's just going to be the same songs that you heard last week.
Yeah.
And there's it. But your one is like the one I look forward to the most, because you
I'll
you've
pay you
put
later for
time-
that compliment. Thank you, dude. Yeah.
But you've put time into building like an actual show that is interesting for people every week to come on and watch. So it's good.
Well,
Very good.
hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
It is perfectly clickable, apparently. So
Sweet.
perfectly click the link, and then, you know, if you choose to click the link, then put your email in, support the band, and they will be forever in your debt.
We will be. I know we only need to make the top 25, but we've kind of come up with the idea that we need to be near the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, because, you know, there might be other bands pushing harder later on. You know, you just
Yeah.
need to make sure you're, you know, well in front and whatnot. That's really cool, though, man. And
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I wish you all the luck with it. Right, so we've got 15 minutes left. I'm going to do this quick fire round. I probably should have done this earlier on. Basically, I've decided to do a quick fire round so people could kind of get to know you. Not necessarily all music-y questions. In fact, there's probably barely any. So maybe next time, it's very new to the show, so I'm still learning as well. In hindsight, it should be right at the beginning so people could get to know you right away. But I think people know you anyways. It's all good.
It was nice actually when we came on. Like a few people that I recognised from doing these that said hello straight away. It's nice.
Hey,
so thank you.
that's sick.
Yeah.
So, right, I'm going to do this quick fire round. And I got told last time I had too many questions, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Let's. Okay, well, that's. I need to like have some music. It just cuts off. I need to have something in the background, you know, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style.
I love them. Those little jingles. They're good.
Thanks, man. Right, okay, so do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Can you see. Oh, you're unsure.
Right.
Can you see the moon right now where you are?
No.
Ah, okay. The last song you ever downloaded?
Is it going to be really bad if I probably say one of our own? No,
That's
actually,
amazing.
I think the last song I would have downloaded would have been yours or bought.
Well, I suppose that ties into the next thing.
Okay.
Would be the next. So the last song you like downloaded would be your own, and then the last CD
No.
you ever bought.
The last CD I bought was your EP. Which
Yes,
I'm very
bro.
excited to receive.
Yes, mate. That is support. Thank you very much for pre-ordering my EP as well. That's sick of you.
Everyone else should go and buy it. Do it.
Obviously, sign up. We're just asking him to do everything. Make sure he gets on that festival and buy
all
my
this.
EP. This is the slowest quick fire round in the world.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. I'm gassing. Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
Do you have any pets?
Yes. Well, kind of. It's at my mum and dad's house.
What? How do you kind of have a pet? What kind of
Right.
pet do you have?
So he's at my mum and dad's house, but he's a German Shepherd.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But I'm
Are
still
you-
taking ownership.
Fair enough. Lefty or righty?
Is this in hands or political?
Oh, hands.
I'm
We
right.
try to avoid politics.
Right-handed.
The last song you streamed. Probably
There's
your
a
own,
song- I'm just obsessed with myself. No.
Yeah.
There's a track by a band called The Lucas State that's come out recently called Feel It, and I'm obsessed with it. So that.
Nice. Do you know how many monthly listeners you've got exactly? To the letter.
It's around 16,500. I think I'm going to go 16,423.
Ooh. 16,473. That was close, bro. Way.
I don't look at it each day, I promise.
Yeah, don't obsess over the numbers. How many tattoos have you got?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. 15, 20?
How many piercings?
Theoretically none, but I've got a hole that just won't close up. In my ear, in my ear, in my ear.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a little snippet of that. That's funny, man. I got a hole that just won't close up. Oh God. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is.
Interesting.
Do you respect Kanye West?
Hell no.
Oh my God. Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Who inspires you?
My granddad.
Nice. Do you play piano?
No, not really. Very badly,
Okay.
if so.
Fair enough. Nights in or nights out?
Nights out, but not like clubbing. Like I just like going to the pub and chilling
Okay.
and having beers.
Last two questions. Gigs or streams?
Gigs. No offense.
No worries. My feelings. Last one. Big festivals or intimate gigs?
Right now, I'm going to say big festivals, mainly because we've only played a couple, so you kind of still got that thing of wanting more.
Yeah.
And for me, festivals are the holy grail of the year. They are my Christmas. So
Sweet. I'd love to play some big festivals with this new project and stuff as well. It'd be sick.
I was actually looking through City It's
City of Lights,
isn't it? Yep. I didn't want to mess that up then.
No, it's all right. There's quite a number of City of Lights and City Lights and all sorts of different acts.
Yeah. I was looking through some of your stuff earlier. Yeah, you played Reading and Leeds.
Yeah, we did many moons ago.
How was that?
Um,
I've spun this around and you're getting quizzed now.
yeah, no, it's all right. It was amazing. It was something that I would definitely like to do again. In fact, I've set it as a goal to do it with this project.
Yeah.
So if anyone from BBC Introducing or Festival Republic want to book a solo choir to play either of those stages, I'd be quite happy to do so. So, but yeah, it was incredible, mate. It was one of those moments where you kind of didn't realise how good it was until it's over.
Yeah.
Like it was good then, but the nostalgia now, like when I talk about it or like when I look at old footage about, like we shot a video for one of the songs, like all the behind the scenes of Leeds and Reading and stuff. When I like kind of watch that back, like all the memories kind of flood back. But yeah, one day I'm aiming to do it in the next few years. That's the plan.
That's the top of our bucket list at the moment, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reading and Leeds, man. It's just like the one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think Glastonbury's there as well, but like
Glastonbury's the one that you want because you know every single person, including your nan and granddad's friends, will be like, "Oh my god, he's playing Glastonbury. It must be good." But Reading's the one that if you're a musician, you're like,
yeah, absolutely. Right, dude. So we've got one more song from you, right?
Yep.
Should we do that now? And what are you going to wrap up with? What are you doing?
I'm going to play another song that I wrote today.
Another new one?
No, I just wanted to see your reaction.
Oh, man. I was like, oh, my God. Another exclusive. I'm going to have to get a new, like, little showreel thing. Like, exclusives. But yeah, anyway, what are you playing?
I'm going to play the single which I'd kind of say this is the one that defines the band and has kind of gave us that big step forward with getting Radio 1 players and stuff like that. It was the first song that got on there. I think it was a song when we really found our sound, which is a really important thing, as you'll know, with bands. So it's a song called Casual. It's a single off the EP, which we released last April. It's not our highest streamed song, but yeah.
It was an integral part of the journey, wasn't it? Yes. So nice one. Take it away, mate. Enjoy.
Okay.
We're leaving it as it's casual. Let's talking about it, it's simple. We're trying to disguise the issue. You want something more than this because you're hasty. And I don't think that you realise that you're hasty. And I've been seeing signs. Red flags are propping up all the time. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation we could do without. We're leaving it as it's casual. We won't talk it out. It's simple. And we're trying to disguise the issue. You want something more than this because you're hasty. And I don't think that you realise that you're hasty. And I've been seeing signs. The flags are propping up all the time. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation we could do without. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation we could do without.
Thank you.
Woo! Nice work, man.
Cheers, man.
So that was the one that sort of started to shape the sound and stuff. Did it was it kind of a fast track to the other songs, or did it sort of slip back a little into sort of things that you didn't want to do, or have you kind of just been consistent when it comes to writing with that sound?
I'd say since that song came to us, it's literally we've just followed kind of a blueprint with that sound. We wrote it and then really liked it ourselves, which I don't think ever happens with us with our own music. Like, we kind of never, especially for me, I'd never liked listening to my own music or listen back to it and think. I always listen to other bands and think, oh, I wish I'd done that, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Which is kind of bad because you shouldn't be that critical, I guess. So, wait a second.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, though. Like, to become a fan of your own music is like a really important part of it, I think,
Yeah, I wouldn't say I am a fan of our music necessarily, but I think where it is now, I'm happier than what I was a year and a half ago.
Are you saying that in the respect that you feel like, again, you're probably over hypercritical of yourself and you're like getting closer and you've kind of got a goal and a vision of where you want to be?
Yeah, I think we're now producing the songs the way we need to and to a much better standard than before. I think we've found a format that we can kind of keep pushing forward now with. So definitely happy in that sense. Just, like you say, you kind of are still always critical of things and still always wonder what you could do better. Like with the tracks, they've done really well and gained us so much more radio play than we had before.
Yeah.
Like the last 4 singles that we released last year, they all got Radio 1 with Hugh Stevens, which was mad.
That is mad.
But you still kind of... I'm one of these people that I'm then like, well, why hasn't any of the other presenters played them yet? Or do you know what I mean? Like I kind of keep pushing, which is bad in a way. But
it's not bad. I mean, it's good because obviously you're driven to want more.
Yeah. But
when little old me's not even been picked up by BBC Introducing. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that will come, man.
I'm joking, dude. But no, I think that's the thing. It's perspective, isn't it? Like, it's quite easy to go, oh, it'd be so sick if... I mean, I'll be honest. Maybe the reason why they're not picking me up is because I don't know any of them. Like I'm not reaching out to them. Is Chris Moyle still there? No, he's not. He's on Radio X, isn't he?
He is on Radio X, but definitely that's a massive part of it. Is definitely like just being active on Twitter with presenters, doing things like when we first got played by Hugh Stevens, he picked us as ones to watch in 2020.
Yeah,
and he said on the show, he was like, I met Tom a month ago. He came up to me and he handed a CD and we had a chat and stuff, and I've liked it since, sort of thing.
That's nice.
Going out of your way to... People think it's all on the internet now, I guess, which a lot of it is, but still going out of your way and handing CDs to people, and like the old school way that people used to think you needed to do it does still work.
Yeah.
John Kennedy at Radio X loves it when people make an effort to go to his... He puts on shows in London and stuff like that, so things like that he loves.
Nice. Good advice to me and to others, because I'm slack on that sort of stuff as well, mate. Like, so, yeah, fair play.
You did so much with City Lights, so I doubt you're slack on that sort of stuff.
I am. That's the problem. No, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress at the moment. Anyways, Tom, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for today and this evening, rather. It's been a lot of fun, and you've been a sport with the quick fire and all that. And yeah, you've smashed it with your original music. So, any sort of words that you want to sign off with? Anything you want to sort of say before you head out?
Just if anyone has enjoyed it, like, please go and follow the band. Obviously the sound that we have is a bit different to what you've heard tonight, but go check it out. And I've seen some people that follow us here, so if you've not heard of Solo Choir and Matt, go and check out everything he does. Thank you, dude. That was very kind of you to plug my shit as well. Also, whilst we're on the topic of helping each other out, just one final push of that link. It's really important that these guys sort of stay in the top tier to stand the chance of playing this insane festival.
So I've added the link again in the comments. If you've got a second and willing to punch in your email, please go do that. I'm sure the guys will be extremely grateful for it.
Definitely.
Tom, you're a legend, mate. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to scoot and yeah.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Cheers, man.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We've ran a little over, so yeah, I'm just going to wrap up the show. Thank you. I've just noticed there's quite a few of you that are subscribed, which is incredible. I really appreciate that. I think I've just ticked over 450 subscribers, which is ace. So thank you very much for doing that. 451. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I do this every single Wednesday, 7 till 8. I have a new guest every Wednesday. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Speak to you next week.